need, but in a format that's usable, that allows you to make good, smart decisions from the available information. And we do a very good job on that front, and it's getting better all the time. On the balance front, balance is speaking to renew, recharge, be flexible, and give back. We are building a practice here, and we've been growing our business at a very good rate. We're happy with the amount of clients that are retained by us, the number of clients that are entrusting us with more and more of their financial lives, and we've also been blessed with our ability to attract clients that are a very good match for us. So we're growing, but we want all of the employees, all of the team members at Elliott to live balanced lives. So an example of this is I am coaching youth football. My son plays. I'm one of 7 coaches for the team. It's a big commitment time-wise. We have 4 practices a week plus a game. In between practices and games, the coaches coordinate film study, game planning, personnel decisions. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a big commitment, but I love it. And I'm so pleased that I have the opportunity to share this with my son, and we have this experience together that means an awful lot for me, and hopefully my young son, as he grows up, will find it to be as meaningful as I hope. And so that's an example of being balanced. It takes away, in some instances, from work, but if I'm diligent about all the other core values, and I work very hard, and I work very smart, and I have a good team around me to help, this keeps a good work-life balance in place for me as well as my family. We don't want to have an environment where we're working 80, 100 hours, at least not regularly. There might be instances where that's required, but we do not want that to be the norm, and it hasn't been the norm for a very long time. We should be able to come to work very hard, get our work done, feel fulfilled, not have too much stress, serve our clients, be successful, and still have fulfilling lives outside of the workplace. So that's really important, and I think of the group around me, and I could think of examples for each of them, how this is expressed in their own lives, whether it's caretaking of children or outside pursuits where you want to try and cut down on your workday on Friday to get a head start, to coaching of sports. There's a whole host of examples I give, but I think we've been pretty good, I would say very good, in living balanced lives. It's an area that I've improved on greatly over the last couple of years, and there's lots of academic research and real life examples that show that living a balanced life actually makes you a better business person. It reduces stress, it increases efficiency and productivity, it heightens creativity. So this is not just something for the personal life, although that's very, very important. I'm a true believer that it also enhances your ability at the workplace. So I think I covered all 5 items. We have partnership, integrity, accountability, innovation, and balance. I'd like to, as we begin to wrap up, talk about some of the ways that we use this in practice. To begin with, everyone on the team has the list of values at their desk or in their office as a reminder of how we want to behave and what we want to strive for in our dealings with clients, prospects, vendors, each other, and other professionals. So it's at everyone's desk. We recently hired an outside consultant to help us with some of our initiatives related to this podcast. And in speaking with her, we shared with her our core values. We wanted her to know what we are striving to do in our dealings with everyone, and so what she could expect in terms of how she's treated. And also, it speaks to how we would expect that she treat us in our business dealings. So we will share this with other business people we come into contact with. If we are looking to hire someone, part of the interview process will be a review of the core values so that they know what we are trying to do day in and day out in how we're running the business. And because there's a lot of independent work that goes on when an employee is confronted with a decision, hopefully they can look to the core values for some guidance on what they might want to do to make a decision in a given moment. So we use that during the interview process. We have a monthly meeting, and in every single monthly meeting, in writing, we have the core values. And it's not just there in writing. Every single monthly meeting, we look at real life examples from that month where we're using team values to our benefit and to the benefit of our clients and other business people that we deal with. So we'll go through examples, we'll highlight success stories, we'll recognize team members that are doing an outstanding job and upholding one or more of these core values, and we really celebrate these successes. So we do that each month. And what I'll say about this in closing is what we have found is it's easier to find people to bring into our business life that already kind of abide by and live by the core values. So instead of trying to hire a consultant that is not really being a good partner, doesn't have integrity, tends not to be accountable, is not interested in innovation, and doesn't live a balanced life, it's easier if we find people that are already kind of a good match for our core values. It's kind of a shortcut to successful dealings. So to the largest extent possible, when we're looking to who we want as clients, who we want to hire, what outside consultants we may want to utilize, what vendors we want to utilize, what CPAs and attorneys would we like our clients to use. We want to match those individuals to our core values because we think that sets us up for greater success, easier relationships. Instead of finding someone and getting them to bend their lifestyle to our core values, we're going to kind of take a shortcut and find people that are already kind of signed up for the core values. So thank you very much for hearing me out on our core values. It's been a very meaningful approach to us and our success, and I think it'll continue to be so in the future. I will be back with you very soon for an upcoming episode of Simply Financial. I would really appreciate it if you would share this episode and other episodes with friends and family. Post it on your social media sites. That would be wonderful. You could subscribe to the podcast by going to iTunes, Stitcher, and other podcast platforms. And lastly, you could subscribe by going to our website, which is www.elliottwealth.com. That's 2 L's, 2 T's, elliottwealth.com. You could also find out more information about me, the rest of the team, and the services we provide at the website. So again, thank you very much. I will be back with you soon.
The views expressed are not necessarily the opinion of SagePoint Financial Incorporated and should not be construed directly or indirectly as an offer to buy or sell any securities mentioned herein. Investing is subject to risks, including loss of principal invested. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. No strategy can assure a profit nor protect against a loss. Please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon when coordinated with individual professional advice. The information being provided is strictly as a courtesy. When you link to any of the websites provided here, you are leaving this website. We make no representation as to the completeness or accuracy of information provided at those websites, nor is the company liable for any direct or indirect technical or system issues or any consequences arising out of your access to or your use of third-party technologies, websites, information, and programs made available through this website. When you access one of those websites, you assume total responsibility and risk for your use of the website you are linking to. Securities and advisory services are offered through SagePoint Financial Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Insurance services offered through Elliott Wealth Management, LLC are not affiliated with SagePoint Financial.